Hi dear students. Let's see this question that came in KVPY 2019 essay part 1 physics paper. The question is fairly simple and it would not take more than a minute to solve this question. So let's see what's happening over here. There are two positive charged particles uh, of masses m1 and m2 and having the charges q1 and q2. Okay. Both of them have positive charge of values q1 and q2, and they are dropped from the same height on the ground. Let's say this height is h. Okay, in the presence of an upward constant magnetic electric field E. So both of the charged particles are facing the electric field E in the upward direction. Now it is given that m1 hits the floor before m2, so we have to choose the correct condition. Now it is very obvious that if m1 hits the floor before m2, then that means acceleration of m1 would have been more than acceleration of m2 in the downward direction, right? Because the initial velocity of both of them was zero, and they are traveling the same distance. Uh, so if m1 reaches before m2, so we can say that downward acceleration of m1 will be more than downward acceleration of m2, right? Now electric field is in the upward direction, so we can say that downward acceleration of m1 will be g minus uh, g minus q1 into e divided by m1, right? Because if you see what is the force on m1 in downward direction, so force on m1 in downward direction is m1 g minus eq1. This is the force on m1 in the downward direction. Hence the acceleration will be force upon mass, right? So F1 upon M1, if you do, so you'll get G minus EQ1 upon M1. So this is the acceleration of M1 in the downward direction, which should be more than acceleration of M2 in the downward direction, which will be G minus Q2E upon M2 by the same logic. Now G and G will be cancelled. E and E will also be cancelled. If you multiply this by negative sign, then sign of inequality will change. So this will become like this, which will give us M2Q1 less than M1Q2. So M2Q1 is less than M1Q2. So option D is the correct answer for this question. So as you can see, a very easy question, and like almost all the students would have done this without much problems. So that's it. Thank you.